Hi everybody and welcome back to another racing video here on this channel, and in today's video we've got MotoGP 19. Yes, it's finally been released and I cannot wait to get straight into playing this game. Now in today's video it's going to be a little bit of a first impressions video. I'm going to be looking at all the different menu screens, have a look at all the different game modes this game has to offer, test out a couple of game modes as well. I cannot wait. I've been told by so many people this is better than MotoGP 18 by a long way. Well, I'm going to see for myself, so let's get straight into it. Stay tuned. And don't forget to smash that like button. Right, let's have a quick look at the main menu. So you've got the career mode, you've got multiplayer, you've got the MotoGP Esports Championship, the graphics editor, quick modes and historic challenges. You've also got rider customization, and this is a big thing on MotoGP 19. You can literally customize everything. So this is just customizing your rider, but you can also, in the graphics editor, customize your crash helmet, your name patch, your number. There's loads of customization, and that will keep you very, very busy. And you also can share them as well. Also, I have got the add-ons because I've got the day one edition, so I've got the historic pack and the VIP multiplier, which is always good to build up your credits quicker. And because we're going to be playing the game a lot, that is always good. Right, let's have a look at the options and just go and running through the screens and what the game has to offer. And I think first up we're going to try out the quick mode. So you've got the Grand Prix, Championship and Time Trial. I just want to see what one of the bikes is like, so I'm going to jump into Time Trial. And I am going to go with, let's go with a MotoGP rider. Let's go for the big bikes, why not? Because in the career we're probably going to start probably on the Red Bull Rookies. So let's go straight onto a GP bike. And of course, you know who I'm probably going to pick. There's no guessing on that one. Where is he? Oh, he's on the top row. There he is. The doctor himself, Valentino Rossi. So we're going to use Valentino Rossi. And let's just adjust the circuit. Let's go for my favourite circuits. And that is San Marino, Misano, Markham Simoncelli. And, oh, race options. Let's go for nice clear weather. Oh, you can't adjust the tyre wear on this time trial, so that's obviously just set as standard. So it's on normal. Let's put it on pro because we want to be on the pro physics. Turn off that. I'll keep it on semi-auto just for now. Turn the rewinds off. Don't do them. Right, let's jump straight into this time trial. So I'm going to do a couple of laps and I will be doing a race as well. So let's get straight to this. Really looking forward to this. Let's get straight into our first experience. So here we go. Right, let's have a look at the options in time trial. So you've got the times, these are the times you set and all the different sectors, so you can keep a track where you're fastest and that. You've obviously got the setups, you've got guided or manual, or you can load up your setups. Also, you can change your compound on MotoGP 19. But we're going to go out on the softs, soft rear, soft front. But I've heard that this is going to be a massive factor on this game, not just in the race, but in the qualifying. And we will see that in this video today, because we will be doing quite a few laps. So we will see what the tyres are like after a couple of laps. I do like this bit. Oh, Valentino having a stretch, having a bit of a pray. Now let's get straight onto the circuits and see what this game's like. So let's just change the camera views, and I will be using different camera views in my videos as well. And we're in control of Valentino Rossi on MotoGP 19. I'm going to be a little bit rusty because I haven't played a MotoGP game for ages. As you know, MotoGP 18 was absolutely crap on the PS4, so I sort of gave up on it. But I'm not going to do that on this one. I'm going to see it through, so it'll be a whole year of videos from this game. There'll be championships. I'm going to try and do as much as I can. I'm going to obviously do the whole career. So we start off on the Red Bull Rookies, go through Moto 3, Moto 2, and onto the GP bike. So it's going to be an awesome walkthrough. Right, so it's not too bad. The bike is slightly understeery. But this is a first experience, but it does sound really nice, I must admit. And what the brakes are like. Ooh, not liking the brakes. it's going to take me a while to get used to it. I mean, when you go from one game to another, I've been playing Ride 3, definitely feels a little bit different on the old brakes. What's it like? Turn it in. And obviously you've got all the traction control settings down on the HUD, which you can change. I'm not going to start fiddling with stuff like yet. It is the first experience. I want to get used to the game, so it might take a few weeks of getting used to the game when we can start bumping up the level and mucking around with all the settings. But it's all nicely done onto the curb. Feeling this awesome circuit. And just be careful. And you do get quite a good feedback on the controller. I'm using the Revolution Pro controller too, so I've got a custom controller getting nice feedback from the bike, and that is my first lap. Not the quickest, but it's a good first lap. Oh, I'll take that. Right, so I'm going to make some adjustments. I've done a couple of laps, and I've already noticed that the tyres are already wearing, which is interesting. Right, let's see if we can sort out the understeer problem on this bike using the guided setups. I will use both guided and manual throughout my career walkthrough, and I will share my setups as well if that's something you'd like to see as well, guys. Let's see if we can improve our lap time, and we'll stay on the softs, so let's get straight back out there. So here we go. Right, let's go one more lap and see if we can beat that time, but I'm definitely feeling tyre wear on these soft tyres. Now this is something that you're going to have to manage, not just in the qualifying sessions but in the race, and picking the right compound. But these tyres are really chewing up really quickly around here and really struggling to put the power down there. So you're going to have to manage these tyres. Now I think what it may be a case of is in the qualifying sessions you might put a softer compound on just to get to that qualifying time, but maybe putting a harder compound tyre in the race. But the only thing with that is that you get used to one compound and then it throws you out. It's one of those things you're going to have to balance. So we were just slightly slow at that first sector, but starting to get a little bit more used to the brakes. But I have noticed after you do one lap and you get a little bit of heat in the tyres and the brakes, they do respond a little bit better. This bike is still understeering quite a bit though, but I think it's just about getting used to the game and then start worrying about changing settings after that. So we're going to do a race after this lap, and we're going to race around this circuit, but I might pick a different rider for that. Right, let's see if we can just carry a little bit more speed. Definitely feeling that rear, just it wants to give way a little bit. Definitely feeling that tyre wear, and you can actually see the wear on the tyre as well as you go through the laps as well. Right, final corner, can we beat that time? Should be able to. Nicely done into that final corner and accelerates. What time are we going to get? And oh, a 1:34.995. I will take that, and that's stopped. Also guys, there's they've also improved the photo mode on this game apparently. So if you like taking your pictures for your thumbnails, apparently that's improved, and we will look at that in a later video. But all things are looking very positive, and now we're going to try out a different rider, a different bike. But yeah, definitely feeling like this game is a lot more improved than MotoGP 18. So a big thumbs up so far, but let's get into a race and see what that's like. So here we go. Just before I jump into a race, I just want to have a look at another couple of modes that have been added to this year's game, and one of them is the graphics editor. Now, Milestone said they would deliver more customization to the game, and they have delivered, because now you can customize your crash helmet, your numbers, and your rider sticker for your rider. And if you look at some of the riders in real life, like Valentino Rossi for an example, the crash helmet designs he has for each race are fantastic. And now you can do something similar for yourself, and you can really personalize your rider. And there's so much in here that you can use. Some of it you have to unlock, and I have actually heard that they're going to add more to this. So this is a fantastic feature added to MotoGP 19, and I cannot wait to use it. Now, I even might do like a little series where I set a challenge for a certain design, and I might use that design for my rider in my walkthrough. And the fact, like even on the crash helmet, look, you can even change the different types of crash helmet. It's not a standard. There is so much that you can use, and I cannot wait to get straight into this and spend hours and hours perfecting my designs. So the fact that you can design the not just the rider, the bike, your gear, It's just so much customization in one game, and it's going to keep you extremely busy. Now, the other mode that I wanted to check out just before I jump into the race is the historical challenges. I think this is another fantastic feature they've added to this year's game. I mean, you've got 500cc heroes, great rivalries, the dawn of MotoGP, and the modern era. Now, I like my MotoGP history, and the fact that I can jump into this game mode and relive and experience those epic battles from history. Now, there's going to be a lot of Valentino Rossi in this game mode, I could expect, because he's been around for a long time and he's one of the oldest riders on the tour. But you've got Capirossi in here, you've got Stoner. There's probably going to be some current riders like there's going to be Lorenzo, Marquez. And the fact that you can go in here, learn the history around the race and about the rider, and in all the different categories as well. I think this is a massive thumbs up again to Milestone. I will enjoy this game mode, and for younger MotoGP fans, it gives them a chance to learn history as well about MotoGP, and they might learn stuff about riders that they didn't know. So this is a brilliant game mode. Well done. Really looking forward to getting stuck into this, and I might do this as a separate series as well. So these are the game modes I just wanted to quickly have a look at, but now we're going to jump into a race. I'm going to pick a different rider and we're going to race around the Misano circuit. And remember, in the next video, guys, will be the start of my career walkthrough. Anyway, let's get straight into the race. Right, let's get straight into the qualifying. Now, if we get a decent time in this session, then we will move into the second session, and then it'll be a 3-lap race. Now, I'm going to be racing as Cal Crutchlow. That's who I've chosen, a British rider, as I'm a British YouTuber. And also, I've set the AI difficulty on 90%. I still don't know how hard the AI are on this game, because this will be my first race. So let's get straight into the qualifying session, and just remember, let's see if we can actually pick the right tyres for this race as well. So let's get straight into it. Picking up speed through this section. Oh, that was nicely done. Let's stay off the curb, hold it nice and tight. Let's get a little bit closer to the apex, and that's nicely done. Backing off the power, slow it down. Ooh, just feeling a little bit of wear at that rear, and we still haven't managed to put a decent lap in yet. And we've only got a couple of minutes to go. This is definitely going to be our best. Right, last corner. Just back off the power and open the taps. And let's see what sort of time we get. And across the line, and we hit a 1:35.595. I think that should be okay for this first session.
What you can see on your screens now are the general times referring to the first qualifying session. Remember that the fastest two riders have earned a place in the second round, which will be starting any moment now.
Right, so that's the first qualifying session out the way. We've managed to get the fastest time, but can we do it in the second session? Well, we're going to find out, so let's get straight into it. So here we go. Right, before we jump out on circuit, we need to change our tyres, because as you can see, the tyre wear from the first session is showing. So we need to put a new set of tyres on, and I'm going to try a different compound. I'm going to go with the medium at the front, and I'm going to go with a hard rear. Now, this is something that you're going to have to manage in the races. You're going to have to decide what tyres, option and compound are best for the race. And you can use the qualifying session to work that out. Now, with the soft option in the first qualifying session, they were not lasting. I think I only did about 2 or 3 laps, and they were chewed to pieces. And we're only in a 3-lap race, but you don't want to be managing your tyres that early on in a race. So let's see what sort of time we can hit on these tyres. I mean, I might jump. I've got more than one set of softs, so I might be able to just jump straight back on the softs and put a faster lap in. But I just want to see what the grip level and the durability is like on these tyres. Let's see, and definitely not feeling as grippy. But like I said, these tyres will last a lot longer. Slow it down. But it'd be interesting, because looking at the compounds of the tyres that other riders are using, all the riders are using different compounds, and this is a very interesting feature, because although we've been able to choose our tyres on previous MotoGP games, so they've never given us the grip levels, or they didn't deteriorate and carry through into the next session. So that's something that they've added to the game, and I think this is going to be an awesome feature. So you're going to see a lot of crashes to those people that don't do well with tyre management. This is definitely a feature I'm not going to turn off. This is going to be on in the career mode. I think this will it'll obviously work against you, but also work with you, because obviously the AI are going to suffer the same problems. So if they choose the wrong options, later in a race, oh, just call the curb there, be careful, you're going to see a few crashes, and that's what we want to see. Let's slow it down. Let's see what sort of time we can hit. This is early on in the session, so it's not going to stay for long. I think this is not a bad lap actually. And turn it in. So we hit a 1:35.5 I think in the first qualifying session. I'm not sure whether it's not going to be as quick as that. So we hit a 1:37. That's not bad. Right. Let's see if we can set a slightly better time. Now we've put the softs back on the bike now, because we need to get a better time. Rossi set a 1:36.082, so we need to try and compete with that time. And I really did find that the other tyre option was good, but I just couldn't push it to beat the sort of times the riders on the softer option. So especially around this circuit, the soft option is the best for qualifying, but it's not the option that you're going to be able to use for the race. So I'm just going to have to think, when I get to the end of this qualifying session, what compound I'm going to go with. I'm finding that the rear is heating up and chewing up quite a lot. The front not so much so, but you can check out and you can average as you look at the percentages of the wear after a session, and then you can work out what the best option to go with. Because obviously you will get different wear from each tyre in on different circuits as well. At the moment it's the rear that's really struggling around this circuit. Let's see if we can just hold it a little bit better through here. Let's try and knock Rossi off the top spots. And this is, like I said, it's on 90% AI level. So I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to compete or whether we're a little bit slower. I'm not sure. We set a 1:35, so we definitely were quicker in that first session than that time set by Rossi, thinking about it. But we're not sure if that's the pace that he's going to be able to deliver in the race, and we might not be able to deliver that pace in the race on different tyre compounds. Right, is this going to be a decent lap? And yes, we've hit another 35.8. I will take that all day long.
Look at the times after the second and last qualifying session.
Right, so we've taken pole position. Unbelievable. That lap time was good enough. Now we're going to get straight into the race, but first up we need to decide a tyre compound combination. So let's get straight into that first. So here we go.
Greetings from the Marco Simoncelli World Circuit in Misano, where the MotoGP race is about to begin. The skies over the track are clear of clouds, and the latest weather reports forecast temperatures in line with the seasonal average. We are live from the starting grid, where the cameras are lingering on the favourite riders for today. A few minutes to go, and finally
right, so here we go with the race. We need to change our tyre compounds. So look at the wear on that. So we are going to go with medium front, and I'm going to go with the hard rear. This is not going to make it very easy, because we're not going to have the grip that we had in that qualifying session, so we're not going to be able to set the same sort of pace. And we're not sure. I think Rossi was on that compound with his qualifying time, so he definitely sets a decent pace, but we're just going to have to manage it well. So let's get straight into it. So here we go with our first race on MotoGP 19.
Riders have taken their places on the starting grid. Riders are deep in concentration with just a few seconds to go until this San Marino Grand Prix begins.
Right, so here I go with my first race on MotoGP 19. We've got pole position. Can we beat Rossi and Marquez off the line? This is going to be very challenging. And off we go in Misano. And Valentino Rossi's managed to get a blinding start. He's gone into the lead. Can Marc Marquez get past us? No, he can't. Can we tuck inside of Rossi here and retake the lead? Oh, we've managed to do it. Can we hold it into this turn as well? Valentino got a fantastic start, and we need to try and set a decent pace early on here, but we're on a different tyre compound, so we've got to be careful. So slow it down, try and get some heat in those tyres, and the brakes, and Valentino Rossi's come straight in the inside and forced us out wide, and he's managed to take first place, and that is already showing that the AI do not wait around for overtakes, and he's gone straight through. Now we've got just to settle into a rhythm now. Let's just try and stick with Valentino Rossi. I think we've got Alex Rins behind us on the Suzuki, so let's just try and hold it into that turn. That's nicely done, and we've managed to just catch up with Rossi through that turn. Can we get past him in this turn? He's going to take the inside line. We're on the outside. Really struggling to get tight in on these tyres. They definitely don't have the same grip as the soft option, but these are the ones I needed to go with, because even though we're only doing a 3-lap race, we still lose a lot of grip, and the softs wouldn't have been very good into the final lap of the race, so that's why we've gone with a different compound. Right, let's just try and hold it. Valentino Rossi's trying to get up the inside. He's gone down the inside and he's back into the lead. A nice move by the Doctor. Let's just try and hold it nice and tight. Look at the line he's got out of that corner, and again he's got a good drive out that turn, and we're really struggling to hold the same lines with these tyres, and we haven't really changed the setup either. But let's just try and stick with him. Let's try and hold a nice tight line into this final corner, and that is the first lap out of the way, and we've got a good drive out that corner, and we should be able to overtake Valentino. But can we beat him into this right hander? We need to hold a nice tight line and flip it over onto the apex, and that is nicely done, and hopefully we can start settling into a rhythm now. But I think Valentino is still quite close behind us. Right, let's get a little bit tighter. This is where he overtook us on the first lap, and we've gone really wide into there, but that will do. Just keep it nice and steady, and I'm wondering if I see any tyre wear on these tyres within 3 laps. I don't think we will, and they feel pretty decent at the moment. Still don't have the grip of the softs, but once you get used to them and you get your lines and you're braking right, they should be okay. That was nicely done through there, and we've managed to get through there okay. And there's a lot of battling going on behind us, which is good, and it has shown to us that we can bump the AI level up a tiny bit. I think we can move it up to 100%. I just didn't want to put it on like the highest it can go on my first experience. It would have been really tough to compete, and this is not too bad through there, trying to hold the speed. And let's see if we can get through here nicely. And again, just getting used to the brakes now. I did struggle on the brakes on that first experience as Valentino Rossi around here. I just wasn't getting the feel, but now I'm starting to get used to the braking zones and the way these bikes react. Right, and final corner. This is a much better lap, and that's nicely done. Right, one more lap to go, and it looks like Rins is into second place. He's overtaken Rossi, and we've just set a decent lap of 36.2. Oh no, there you go. Rins has just beaten that lap time, so Rins is on the pace here, and he might have a better tyre compound, and he might be managing them a lot better. So let's see if we can just hold this on this final lap. Hopefully our gap is half decent enough to hold, but I can see loads of overtaking going on behind us, which is good, and we've got a decent lead. The gap is 0.7. Should be enough as long as we don't make any mistakes. Slow it down, nice and turned in, and accelerate. Oh, that is nicely done. We're still managing to hold that lead coming into the final sections of this race, and this has been a really good experience. I must admit, this handles a lot better than MotoGP 18. I think the braking is about the same, but it will take time. I think once I put in a few more hours on the game, I'll be able to give you a better review of the game as a whole. But so far, most of the stuff that I've experienced today has been extremely positive. And that's not too bad. Into that turn, come to the final couple of corners. We've still got a decent lead, and it looks like it's going to be a win for Cal Crutchlow at Misano in San Marino, the Mark O. Simoncelli circuit. And let's try and pull a wheelie. Didn't manage to hold that, and over the finish line, and there we go. We take the win. Oh, fantastic. That was awesome. I don't think we had the fastest lap, but Alex Rins comes second and Valentino in third. Right, so that brings us to the end of the video, and I will leave you a replay of that first lap when we had a battle with Valentino, and my career will start in the next video, guys, and we will work our way from the Red Bull rookies right up to the GP bikes, and I'm really looking forward to this career series on the channel. So don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and let's get into the celebrations for Cal Crutchlow.
Like this, it will be really difficult for his opponents to overtake him. We're picking up again live from the track where the top 3 riders have just arrived on the podium for the awards ceremony. Each Grand Prix makes its own story, but these guys will definitely be ones to keep an eye on in races to come.